Welcome back to the ESPN Esports studio. Darren Kwilinski with you, and it has been a wild ride over there in the ELC, not only from a content perspective, we see you with all your funny little raps, but also from a playoff perspective. We have Origen, G2, and Fnatic all going for that title, and there's a lot of intertwined history there with those three teams, and to talk about it, we're going to bring in Tyler Erzberger from the West Coast. Now, Tyler, Origen and Fnatic and G2. Let's talk about Origen and G2. They already faced each other in this playoff bracket, and G2 came ahead 3-0. Now, Origen did take a match against G2 earlier in the split, so they went 1-1 in the regular season, but a 3-0 loss doesn't really inspire confidence. What can Origen do to really get past Fnatic and then get over that hump over G2?
It's difficult. Don't hate me, OG. Don't hate me, Origen fans. But when I look at Origen, I see a B+ team, a very solid B+ team currently. They know how to play a long, drawn-out, methodical, by-the-book, gameplay. When it goes to a long, stretched-out game, Origen is very good. They are a B+ team. They are very solid. If you don't bring your A game, if you don't play as a top 5-6 team in the world, if you don't play at like an absolute peak, Origen will beat you every single time because they're disciplined, they're talented, and they know how to play. But with Fnatic and G2, these two teams have these game-changing type players. They have the Caps, they have the Perks, they have the Reckless. They have these types of players that, Fnatic was in the World Finals last year. The 4 of the 5 players from that team are still on that roster, and then you have Caps over at G2 with that superstar lineup of Wonder, Perks. It's an insane lineup. So OG, very solid, but it's going to be very difficult against both Fnatic, and even if they get Fnatic, G2 just seems like a Mount Everest to climb.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk a little bit more about Origen, because they actually are pretty intriguing. Their first split back, they used to be in the EU LCS, then they got relegated and left. But now then franchising came, and they got a spot. Origen came back. They went 12-6, and they have a semifinals berth. Regardless of what anyone says, this is clearly a success for that team, right?
Oh, of course. Coach of the split, Deficio, and they're up for management, done an amazing job. This team is very, very solid. They're a B+ team now, but I think in summer and then going into Worlds, this team might upgrade from a B+ to an A+.
That's an impressive upgrade. What do you think that is? What do you think that they're going to do in that offseason? Just coalesce as a team? Do you think they're going to make some pickups? I mean, I agree with you. I totally can see that because they totally shocked everyone this split. But you think they're going to carry that momentum forward?
Patrik, their AD carry, is the youngest player in the league. Patrik is so young, he's so moldable. With Mithy on his side, I think Patrik is the key that unlocks, right? Nuke Duck right now is their ace player. Alfari, very good in the top lane. But Patrik, if he matures into that Reckless, that killer in the bot lane, the Uzi, the double lift type, I think they believe that Patrik is that type of player, and I think if he ascends to that level, OG goes from a team that is scary to play against, or you have to prepare to play against, to a team that you fear playing. A team that when you go in the series, you look at that one player in Patrik and you're like, this guy might be better than everyone on our team. So Patrik, youngest player in the league. OG, if they can mold him, if they can raise him up right like an Uzi, a double lift, OG has a very bright future ahead of them.
High praise coming from you, Tyler. We'll keep an eye on Patrik based on your word. And for more LEC playoff coverage, you can keep it locked right here on ESPN.com/esports.